Hello and welcome. I'm Nathan Kershaw and this is the F71. Unlike any supermodel, which she obviously is, she has the best of the DNA of both of her parents. Crown Vic underneath for strength and refinement, and F-Series on top for classic good looks. Rarely does Bodhi make an appearance in these films, but even he approves of the old girl. And the plane, as per bloody usual. On the front end, everything is stock. The headlamps are now H4 bulbed LED ringed 7-inch glass jobbies. And then moving on to the actual engine compartment itself, mounted the Crown Vic ECU there. The intake itself is bespoke to the truck. We moved the radiator back about 2 inches, I would say. Remounted the battery in the opposite direction. It now uses a truck battery, which is considerably cheaper than a Crown Vic one, which is nice when you come to replace it. The Crown Vic fuse box right there has been mounted longitudinally instead of horizontally. There you can see some blue tape, and you would be right to say to yourself, why is there blue tape there? Because on the front end of the actual vehicle, all the AC stuff is still in place. The condenser, the pump, and the hoses that run out of it to this point is all there. The unit underneath the dashboard is all truck, thus it's not AC. So if you wanted to put AC in this truck, you would get something like a vintage air half system, which would be a retro look and fit underneath the dashboard itself, and you would get pipes joining the actual modern Crown Vic compressor. On the back of the fuse box itself, right there, when I thinned down the harnesses, I left those wires long, and there are a bunch of lives, both constant lives and ignition lives, that you could wire your vintage air type AC into. Moving on. EGR is all gone, that's all blocked off. The truck still has 4 cats and a couple of silencers on each pipe, which makes it kind of grown up. The orange one was rorty and nasty and kind of anarchic, and this one is definitely a more refined car. So the wheels are 8x18 Mustang GT 07 GT Air wheels, which are awesome, and the tyres are just great. Bought them for the tyres, really. Tyres have so much tread. We have the truck dash vents I painted up there, so that's just steel. We have the Crown Vic dash bezel, or dials clocks, mounted into the actual truck surround, so Crown Vic, truck. We got the ignition key going into a Crown Vic barrel, mounted in the original place. All original switchgear, which all works for wipers, lights, all that good stuff. The overdrive is now here, so you click it on and off, switches it on, click it on and off, switches it off. So you've got your overdrive facility. Standard truck wheel, brand new horn button, which is insanely expensive, all works again. Original radios there. I don't do radios, so it's not wired in. And everything else is pretty stock in here. Carpet's all brand new, has the black tar type stuff that I heated up and molded to the carpet as sound deadening and heat insulation, that's in there. Underlay, then the molded carpet from National Parts Depot. Then we have a kind of bucket seat, buddy seat setup going on from a mid-80s F150 apparently. So they all adjust independently. It's still on lap belts, which I kind of like for the retro thing. The 2 outers adjust individually, and then we have the best armrest in the entire world. That's that. So that is now sealed shut. Doesn't work anymore because we don't need it to. Doors shut amazingly. Pour 15 the drip rail, so that is all good for another million years. And onto the bed. So we have the bed hump, which covers the tank and the Crown Vic rear suspension. The real gas filler that you're going to use. Now the paint on the actual hump itself, I painted many different layers to try and, you know, eventually get it to match the patinaed finish of the bed itself. So there's black, brown, red, loads of white on top, so when it gets scratched or you can hit it with emery cloth, it will start to show different colors inside. The tailgate works. That's the original bumper that came on the truck when I got it, which kind of works for me. And the stance is perfect. It's about 2 or 3 inches higher than the orange one. The orange one had a little bit of rubbing. This has no rubbing at all. Full lock to lock, you are good to go. Axle ratio is a 355 posi, so she does pick up very well. The side door is non-functional now. I chopped it down and it's just bolted from behind, so if you wanted to make it functional, the Crown Vic frame does kick out at that point, so it goes close. What you could use it for, don't really know, but you could. The first drive, and what do I think? Now, when I finished the orange truck, I was very impressed with the way it drove. I tied the bed to the cab and really made a huge difference in the flexing of the frame. So I thought on this one I'll go a step further. Built a huge cab mount at the rear, doubled everything up, and then kind of like triangulated it, if you will, to the actual 4-link hump at the back, in effect creating a unibody without having to bolt the bed to the cab. And I tell you what, the effect is miraculous. This thing is so rock steady and stiff, it's just amazing. The difference in the driving experience between the two trucks is just, I cannot believe it. I seriously cannot believe it. The driving experience really is just amazing. It's so good. And it's quieter. This is a grown-up truck. It is quieter. It's just unbelievable how nice this thing drives. It's like a new car. It literally is like a new car. This really is the ideal that I wanted when I first thought about doing these. Obviously I wasn't the first guy, but I had something I wanted to achieve by doing this conversion onto the Crown Vic frame, and I think this truck really achieves it. It literally drives like a Crown Vic, or probably slightly better, because it's probably even stiffer than a Vic. The frame is probably even stiffer than a Vic, and doing this swap saves about 200 pounds over the Vic as well, so it's a touch lighter. It's phenomenal. It drives so well. I want somebody else. I wish somebody else could have driven the two trucks back to back and just seen the difference. It's amazing. Yay. And there we have it, the F71 truck. I hear you ask, F71? F-Series truck, P71 Police Crown Vic. F71, F71. Huh? You see? And that's her really, you know, the perfect mix, the perfect blend of the two. Amazing to drive underneath and looks awesome on top. I could not be happy with this truck. It's amazing. It drives amazing. It does everything amazingly. It really is. I love it to death. Okay, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next build. See you next time.